Hi Shay, Hayden here from Pacific Toyota Cairns. Just want to run over this Land Cruiser Sahara here for you. Before I do so, I just want to run over a bit about Pacific Toyota. So we run two large pre-owned vehicle yards, this being the main location. The good thing about having such a large dealership is that we do have an on-site finance manager. Benefit of that is we do have flexible finance options. The really good thing is we do use Toyota Financial Services, which is the largest automotive financier in Australia, which means we have the buying power to get you really competitive interest rates and most likely beat the banks. Up there, as you can see, is our new vehicle showroom. They produce anywhere between 125 and 145 new vehicles in the Cairns a month, as well as our Lexus and Prestige dealership just there to the right of it. As you can see, we do have our service centre, which is the largest service centre in Cairns. We service north of 100 cars a day. We are trying to go green with the nice big solar panel system on top of the service centre there. Look back over to the vehicle itself. So we have a 2017 Land Cruiser Sahara, more commonly known for Toyota as the king of the road and the pride of our brand. First came to Australia in 1953, the good old Land Cruiser name. With the Land Cruiser itself, I'm just trying to go over as much detail as possible, just so you can see the condition of it. And I'll try and mention as many features as possible on the vehicle, but there is a lot to it. Okay, look, the front bumper's all in really good condition. Look, if you're looking for any marks on a vehicle, this is usually the prime position to find them. But as you can see, it's just been really well looked after. It's great condition. But to be honest, if you're putting the tough bull bar on it, you won't have to worry about that too much considering it will be removed. As you can see, you've got the front camera in here as well, so that ties in for your around view camera system on the vehicle. As well as that, you can see that the badge there is also in a gel casing. There is a reason for that. That is a millimeter wave sensor behind that for your adaptive cruise control. As well as that, it ties in with your pre-collision safety control system. It coincides and communicates with the camera that's sitting on the top of the dash just there. So that one basically measures the size of the object, where the badge on the front measures the distance from that object. Because it's the top of the range Sahara, it does run the LED low beam and high beam headlights on it. So they are quite efficient, very bright, and much more efficient than your standard halogen bulb. Once again, just trying to go over the condition of the car. Looking at the bonnet, because it's had the bonnet protector on it, it's just in really good condition. It's a real credit to the previous owners of the vehicle that have definitely looked after the car. Once again, like I said, I'm just trying to find any blemishes and that so I can be as transparent as possible. But the car's in really good condition. So we'll keep coming around. So you do have the jets underneath the headlights as well. The benefit of that is when you are doing your long trips, they will come out at night time, spray the water and the soapy water onto the headlights itself and loosen off any bugs that are on there, always keeping the light nice and bright and perfect for safety. Coming around to the alloys, so the Land Cruiser got plenty of tread on there. It's running the Dunlop Grand Treks on it. Dunlop Grand Treks have been with Toyota for quite a long time. They're a proven tyre, they're really good for fuel efficiency, and they're a really quiet tyre, so it's a really good setup, hence Toyota continue to use them. They are an 18-inch alloy on these, 5-stud rim, so it's big enough for looks, but still got plenty of chunky tyre there for your off-roading and practicality side of things. As you come around, you do have your large mirrors on here for the 200 series. Blinkers are on the outside, so that way you can basically still see the blinker from behind if the back bulb ever went out. On here, just flick the mirror over, but you can see that there's a little symbol on here. That's for your blind spot monitoring. So what will happen is if there is a car in the blind spot, that will light up orange. If you didn't notice the light, you put your blinker on, there's still a car in your blind spot, it'll then start beeping at you and flashing that light, obviously prompting you when you look at the mirror to, hey, there is something there, you might want to check it out. Once again, just coming down the panelling of the vehicle, it's just all in really good condition, this vehicle. Once again, really big credit to the previous owners. Because it's the Prestige, the VX and higher get the black side steps instead of the alloy, so just more aesthetics, better style, really ties in well with the vehicle. On the side here, you'll notice that it does have these two lines. That's for your keyless entry. So I've just pressed that. You may hear the beep. It's just letting you know the keys are inside the car. So once you hop out of the car, as long as the keys are in your pocket, you touch that, it will lock it. To unlock the car, you'll then come back to it, pop your hand in the door like normal. They'll unlock the car. So nice and easy. Just on the inside here, so just going to try and go over all the door cards for you. Like I said, I'm just going to try and get in as much detail as possible so that you're comfortable with the vehicle. But look, to be honest, with this low Ks and the type of vehicle that it is, and the way that it's been looked after, it's a brilliant vehicle. It's been well looked after. Just looking all through here. This is a place where you will usually find a few scratches from rings and that, but there's a little mark there, but nothing to be really stressed about. It's got the larger rubber mats in it. It doesn't have, they're not genuine, but they are suited for the vehicle. As you can see, they tie in there nicely. Electric passenger seat, so that's nice and handy. Leather, now it runs the perforator through here. So these are leather scented. What that means is they're not 100% leather. What is leather is your bases through here, up the sides, up here, lower back. But where they're not, it's just on your sides here. The reason they do that is longer lasting, it's more durable, and especially in our climate up here in Cairns, you know, it's certainly going to get well used, but you know, it's going to hold out, which is what you want. Nice big storage, wood grain all the way through here. So being the top of the range, it's all your common luxuries you'll find. You do have a 2-shelf system for your glove box, so real practical, nice and easy to use. I do have the service history up on their dash, but I will go over it shortly. Just go over the build plates and that there. So it was built September 17, and it was made in Japan. So also a little cool thing is the light up kick steps. Nice and neat setup for Toyota. Just running through the doors again. I'm just trying to find any real blemishes, but I can't really find anything. It's a little bit of a mark there. This thing that's coming off a little bit. Okay, real good condition the vehicle's in. Oh yeah, I'll just run over the rear door card for you as well. That's just sitting on there. A little remark. No, they come off as well. Like I said, the car's just in really good condition. It's been well looked after. Obviously, it doesn't have very high kilometres on it. It's got all the headphones and remotes for the DVD players. So there's one set there. You can see the other set and the remote over there. The DVD players itself currently have their covers over them. So it's nice and easy. You just literally slide it off and the screen will come out. So depending on what you're doing, if you want to listen to the video, you can either have it come through the JBL sound system in the car, or you can run it through the headphones, depending on what you prefer. As you can see, the rear mat on the floor goes all the way across, so it's a bit of a credit to the previous owners for looking after it and getting this style equipment to protect it. Rear seats, really good condition. Looks like they were barely used, to be honest, or very much like new. It's all through there. Really cool things with these, when they come down, that there is actually where your remote lives, so it has a little home for it, little storage area just on top there, and then hidden in the front is your nice little cup holders. So anyone who's in the back seat's definitely going to be in comfort with their own DVDs and cup holders and remote holders and everything like that. To add to the comfort, they do have their own AC controls on the back here. As well as that, you got seat heaters. So a lot of people in far north Queensland go, what do we need seat heaters for? Well, they're really good for keeping the muscles in your lower back loose. So when you do those long trips, basically it's a lot easier to walk around once the trip's concluded, or stopping and stuff like that. It is 4-zone, so the 2 outside rear passenger seats, and as well as the third row, can choose what temperature they want. Just through the controls here, and that will obviously come through the air vents on the roof just up here. They also have what we call like aeroplane lighting. So it's a focused lens light, so if someone in the rear would like to read, it's not designed to distract the driver, it's designed to basically focus the light on one area. So that's all that through the back there. As you can see, there's also two aircon vents coming out of the rear for the center console there. As well as the roof, so giving a total of 6 vents in the vehicle for the rear. If you've got people in the third row and you want to give them some more leg room, these seats do sit and are adjustable. It's just through a lever at the front here. I will just have to use my phone for a second. And as you can see, they can sit staggered there. So taking a bit of room from here and gifting it to the person in the third row, depending on how far away they sit, or how long they are, I should say. Okay, so I'll just slide that one back, just like so. I'll keep coming around to the boot. So because it's the Sahara, actually I'll just try and get all the condition of the vehicle, all the paint quality. Like I said, it's a really big credit to the previous owners. It's been really well looked after. Plenty of tread still on the tyres, Dunlop Grand Trek AT25s all the way around. Okay, so for the rear tail light, they are LED in here for the brakes. Once again, it's just different styling. More modern, more practical, and LEDs are much longer lasting than your standard globes. With the rear boot, it is electric, so you just hold the button down and it will open on its own, just like so. And then that just leaves you to pull the little back tailgate down here, and it has the soft drop as well. In the rear here, this has your toolbox for your jack and tools. And your jack lives just in this little compartment there, so it has a nice home. As you can see, we've got the rubber mat in the back of this one, as well as the seats currently up, has a 50-50 for the third row. To pack it up, you can literally do it with one hand. It is, how can you say, spring loaded, so you'd have to use the whole weight. So just like that, and it'll fold up just like so, making it nice and easy. Because they're a lot more compact, you get a lot more width within your boot, and the seventh or the third row or 7 seats aren't really robbing anything from the boot. So that's all that through there. Toyota have got a little latch there to hold your buckles. Benefit for that is if you are doing any off-roading or corrugation, it isn't going to cause any rattles. So Toyota really do think of everything all the way down to that. 100-watt inverter built in on the back of the car, so nice and easy for laptops, phones, anything that's obviously below 100 watt. So nice and practical, especially if you're camping. I will just shut that there, and we'll bring the boot down. So nice and easy. It's the boot coming down now. Now all Saharas have the tow bar standard. This one has the cover over it. The only thing, should you want to tow, is you just had to add the wiring onto it, which we can either do for you, or if you have somebody who can have all that sorted. The tow bar is fitted to the vehicle. Once again, just going over the condition. It's a really well looked after car. It's a great buy, to be honest. It's the current specs, so everything's up to date technology wise. It's got the roof racks on it, the Thal ones. Okay, now you may be able to see a few little cross wires through the rear window. Benefit of that is it's actually your aerial, so basically it's keeping the height of the vehicle down, so if you are off-roading it's not an extrusion that could be hit, so it's all incorporated into the vehicle itself. Rear filler just there, so the Land Cruiser takes 138 litres, should give you a driving range of around 1,300 kilometres if you're on the highway. So like I said, Toyota's really designed for the Australian market, and that way obviously you get very long distance driving, and if you're doing any long trips up to the Cape, they'll come in handy. As you can see, I'm just trying to show you the chassis of the car. Usually this is the area you can really tell if a car's been off-road a lot, but this car definitely looks like it hasn't been based on its condition. Just trying to show you all the condition of the vehicle. Just come into that rear door card here. Yeah, that's just all really well looked after. It's just really good condition. Like I said, this is usually where you find the most of it, but there's very faint there that you can sort of see through the camera, but like I said, it's very minimal on this vehicle. Anyone who purchases it will be very happy. I'm just going to do a wide angle shot before I go inside and run over the technology of the vehicle. Okay, we'll jump on the driver's side and I'll show you all the technology in the vehicle itself. Okay. Okie dokie. Just turn the ignition on. Okay, so not all those lights are normally on, it's just because I haven't got the car running, so don't be too alarmed. But the screen in front of you, as you can see, it runs over your standard dialing, being your temperatures, your oil pressures, right hand side being fuel, and then your battery voltage. Obviously you got your revs and speed there as well. Kilometres at 43,933. Now this little control all here on the right hand side controls your multi-information display in front of you. So the benefits of that is basically I'll just hit back there because the car's not on. Reckons we're averaging 13 litres per 100k, so obviously this car's been driven around town a lot. Range until empty, so obviously we need some fuel. We've got 91 kilometres until empty. Eco indicator, so it scores you how well you're driving. You then go down to your digital speedo, which I think is the best thing since sliced bread. So nice and easy, especially if you're using cruise control. I'm just going to keep hitting the back button there. And then you come down to sway warning and time until rest. This is a brilliant feature for Toyota. That shape of the coffee cup will actually light up as a coffee cup when you have been driving for a certain amount of time. But on top of that, the car actually learns. So based on your steering, if you start to sway, hence the sway warning, it'll actually turn the coffee cup on sooner because it actually can tell that you're fatiguing as driving. And basically it'll tell you how long time until rest if you're not driving normally. It'll keep it to the 2 to 2.5 hours. You then go across to which way your wheels are facing. So if you're off-roading, you can see which way, what direction you have them set at. You then go down to your DPF filter. Now, this runs the tough DPF system, so we haven't had any issues with the 200 series. They've been very bulletproof when it comes to this. So that's just letting you know it's only got 2 bars. Look, you may never ever see the light of the DPF filter come on. I've got a Hilux that has the new system in it. I've done over 26,000 Ks and never seen the light. The car looks after it all on its own. Same as what will happen here. You do have a compass as well, so if you are off-roading, when you have your sat-nav destination set, that's where your directions can come up if you want to use the screen. You then go across to your radio system, so if you have the sat-nav on full screen like I do now, you can then see your radio as a driver just in front of you, or whether it's Bluetooth audio, you can play it all through there. This one's letting you know whether your lane departure alert or your adaptive cruise control are on. So at the moment both items are off. I will briefly go over how to set it up. So lane departure alert's quite easy. You just press the button and it's activated. Once the button's been pressed, you'll get a little green symbol down here, just there. Nice and easy. Once that symbol is on, if you're over 50 k's an hour and try to exit your lane without your blinker on, it'll beep at you and say, hey, come back into your lane. So pretty much as the name describes, lane departure alert. On top of that down here, you have your radar cruise control. So if you've had a Toyota before, you'll be pretty familiar with this cruise control system. So how it works is you'll just turn that little button on there like so. That'll come up saying radar ready, and you'll get a little symbol down here that looks like a, when I say symbol down here, I mean over here, that looks like the cruise control symbol. Once you get up to speed, you'll then flick this lever down. That means your speed is set, which means all you have to do now is adjust the distance in which you want to sit from the car in front. And that will come up with a 3-bar system like this. 3 bars is the longest at 5 seconds. You then go down to 3.5 seconds, and then you go down to 2 seconds there from the car in front. So if you're seeing 100, car in front of you is doing 90. Once you get within 2 seconds of that car, your car will register that, brake, and follow them at 90 k's an hour. So nice and easy. So that's all there, part of your Toyota safety sense. On the other side of the steering wheel, that controls all your main screen here in the center, so without having to take your eyes off the road. So I will go over those controls. Look, I may as well do it now, but this will basically go through your the changing of stations. You then got your volume there, up and down, different mode being Bluetooth audio, USB auxiliary, and then you go down to your Bluetooth, so answering and hanging up. In front of you, you got the screen here. So this screen will basically it has everything on it, to be honest. So with your home button, that's your main screen. So it'll have your AC in the top left, your radio station, your satellite navigation. So this is just showing the dual zone temperatures. So down here, I can have different temps as to the other driver, other passenger, and basically keeping everyone accommodating. But the other good thing about this is it's not only temperature, but modes. So if I'll hit the little climate button just here, I could go into here and go, you know what, I like mine a bit cooler, but I want it on my feet. I can press that, and then the driver can still have theirs on them like normal, as you can see by this blue box just here. If you're on your own in the car, it's nice and easy. You just hit the 3 buttons there, turn 4 zone off. Once 4 zone's off, the driver's in control. So as you can see down here, both those temperatures are moving as per the driver. So nice and easy. While you're on the little 3 dots in the climate section down here, you've got this little symbol here. That's a pollen filter. If you suffer from any hay fever, you can basically go onto there, turn it on, run it for 10 minutes. It'll take out all the fine particles and dust out of the air, and basically eliminate any hay fever, pollen, stuff like that. Sat-nav system in these, really easy to use, real practical. There are a few abbreviations, obviously dest for destination. If you've set a destination and want to delete it, you've got delete dest just here. So like I said, a few abbreviations there. It does have a way to program your top 5 places in your sat-nav, but I've always found that entertaining. If they are your top 5 places, I'm not sure why you need sat-nav to get there. Usually you would remember, but there's always that there for you. If you don't have an address for the vehicle, that's no worries. It does save a certain amount in the system. So you just go points of interest. You can go, yep, Queensland, and by name. And let's just say you wanted to go for lunch at the Palm Cove Tavern. You just literally type in Palm Cove Tavern. Okay. Once it actually finds it, or narrows it down, just like it did there, it'll go straight to it. So Palm Cove Tavern, perfect. They'll actually give you their contact number, so you can call up and go, hey, I want to make a booking. Yep, perfect, confirmed your booking, and then you just hit go, and it'll take you to there, that destination. Obviously, it'll start talking to you as well, and giving you directions, and also in this case, it's giving me another option. But I'm just going to hit OK on that one.
Proceed to the highlighted route. Then the route guidance will start.
So now it's just telling me, once I hit the road, it'll start telling me where to go. To delete that one, once again, it's going to hit delete destination, yes, and destination is deleted. So nice and easy through there. If you have a destination set, you can then go to traffic incidents, and basically if there was an accident, it would then obviously give you an alternate route should there be a faster one. Fuel consumption, so it's obviously running over the car, which we touched on before. Toyota links allow you to use a certain amount of apps. Toyota's actually working on that now to make it more advanced and more, I suppose, apps that are practical to use. So stay tuned for that. Audio side of things, so in this case, because we're on FM, it's come up with FM first when I come onto the screen. If I was to hit source, that's when it gives me all my other options, so AM, FM, digital, auxiliary, Bluetooth, audio visual, rear DVD player, so in case you want to see whatever on the back's watching, CD and the USB all on there, so nice and easy, lot to it. You then got your phone side of things, so there isn't one connected, but when your phone's connected, you will be able to make any phone calls through the voice recognition, saying call such and such. Any text messages that you receive will come through as well. And basically the car, while you're driving, once you receive your text message, will read it out to you out loud. That way, if it's urgent, you can use the voice recognition, ring them back, and address any concerns or anything like that. Setup, obviously, that's pretty self-explanatory. It's customise it to set it how you like it. So we briefly touched on the AC before, but this is just a few more controls to change some different modes around, so all nice and easy. Tune and scroll, that's all for your radio to obviously program a station. Power there, volume, so for the radio, so nice and easy. This is where your SD card lives for your satellite navigation in here, so it's nice and neatly tucked away. Now, because this is a Sahara, you do have the wireless phone charger. I'm trying to show you as much as I can, but it's just a little bit dark in here, but basically your phone goes all the way in. It can sit on there and basically charge your phone. So that one, this shuts like that. Down here you've got your AC seats. So left hand side here is heated, right hand side's ventilated, and when we say ventilated, it's using the aircon system, so whether it be hot or cold, all through there. And you've got 3 different types. Otherwise you can leave it on climate control and it will be determined by the temperature in which you have your AC set up. You then got on this side your USB and auxiliary. Now you do have this is a full-time four-wheel drive, so we'll try to send majority of the power to the rear wheels, but at the end of the day, if they're losing traction, they'll apply it to the front. Now, because of that case, we do have a low range system as well. So if you're doing any rock crawling or real slow, sharp rocks, really big articulations, how you say, inclines and stuff like that, you'd use your low range system. Once you're in low range, it allows you to use your crawl control system. So crawl control is kind of like off-road cruise control. So what will happen is it will determine the speed, but the way in which it does so is also at finding traction. So it will brake one wheel, turn a wheel, brake a wheel, turn a wheel, brake a wheel, turn a wheel, which is like it's crawling. Benefit of that is it will find traction. It's actually designed, and on a training day, a Land Cruiser was fully chassised out on sand, which means it couldn't go backwards or forwards. We were able to activate crawl control. Because of that system, it was able to put sand underneath the tyres, raise the car up within about 5 minutes, and it drove itself out. And you can adjust your speeds depending on what you're doing, whether it be a real steep hill climb all the way down to a really slow rocky riverbed. You've also got here, it's basically if you've got really sharp turns, you can press that button while your crawl control's on, and if you're turning a right turn, it'll lock up the inside right tyre in order to drag the nose around further. As I come around, you got your centre diff lock here. So centre diff lock is when you're in high range, that automatically activates when you go to low. So when you're in high, if you go and do any beach work, you put the centre diff lock in to put the power 50-50 front to rear. So nice and easy. ECT seconds designed to get the car to start in second gear. Really good for your sand driving. So because the car offers so much power but weighs 2.7 tonne, if you put your foot down straight away before the car can find traction, it'll most likely bury itself. So second gear starting allows the wheels to start turning slowly while the turbos wind up, and once the power is ready to be delivered, you can basically press ECT, the car will be up on top of the sand and it'll work. You then got ECT power. So basically ECT power is getting the engine and the transmission to work at the maximum torque range for the vehicle. Really good for towing, especially if you're doing anything up the Coranda Range, Gillies, anything hilly, or even towing around town. Just makes the car more responsive with a load on the back. So that's that there. I'll just show you, there's a little view button around here. Now this is really handy for this size of vehicle while parking. So I can press that one. That's going to give me my front cameras now, because it's an LCD screen. You can see the flickering there. Obviously it's not like that in real life. And then as you come around, you'll see the sides there. And basically you can see the both sides of the vehicle. So if you were to see the white lines on the road, you'll want them to meet up with the blue lines on there. And this little picture here shows you the vision that it's showing of the vehicle. And once again, if you press again, it will come off. Once again, we'll go back to the front one. So that's really good if you're nosing in or reversing, and it'll give you predictor steerage which way your wheels are facing as well. So like I said, large vehicle, but really practicality as far as really practical as far as parking. We do have the sunroof up here. It is pretty humid today, so you can see a bit of fog on the sunroof there. But that's nice and easy. You can either do it up and down, as you can see there, or you can do the open and close just on here as well. So once again, all nice and easy. Inside here, you've got your toolbox and fridge. So nice and practical. Anyone who loves a Sahara definitely loves the fridge in this vehicle. And then you can see the little cooler box down the end there as well. Okie dokie, well that's the Land Cruiser. Oh, sorry, I just want to run over the service history quickly. So what I've got in here is the 12,000k service, the 19,000 kilometre service. We've got the 30,000, 40,000, and then we did one at 43,000 on there. So the next one's due, I'm just trying to see on here, at 50,000 Ks. So that's the Land Cruiser Sahara that we have here. I am sourcing quotes for you for the tough bull bar and everything. I'm just going to do one last walk around the outside of the car, and then we'll be concluding the virtual tour. Okie dokie. Should you have any questions, please let me know. But thank you for watching the virtual tour, and I'll get through to you shortly with that pricing with the quotes and get my on-site finance manager to give you a call. Thank you very much.